Good morning, all you three buff guys and gals around the world. Thomas here, joined by William and my dad, Richard. How is everybody doing today?
I am absolutely wonderful. I am
Fantastic.
full of beans today, absolutely full of beans. What about you, William?
I'm good. I'm a bit exhausted, but other than that, I'm feeling good. What
Uh,
about
that's,
you?
that's great news. Great news. Yeah, I'm doing fantastic as well. It's been a good week, good weekend. I'm a happy camper. Let's
Jolly good. So,
let's
William,
dive on into it.
exhausted because of work or exhausted because of life in general?
Exhausted because of the challenge.
Okay, all right then. So, let's share this guy here. There we were back in September. Nearly 2 years. Oh, wait, sorry, 3 years ago now, nearly.
Mhm.
There we were last month. Looking forward to the pictures at the end of August. There we are. Now, there is no engineering involved here. Both of you are roughly on 2,200 kilometers. Very roughly. It's not a competition. So you're both over halfway now. I, on the other hand, have reached this wonderful place.
Where is that?
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. Is that
No idea.
no?
No,
It's a very, very, very famous place.
is it in
At
America?
least, yes, of course, at least within our family.
A very famous place, at least within our family. See, now I
Right.
feel.
Okay, then. So you don't know. You give up.
Yeah. Okay.
I didn't think you were a bunch of losers. I thought you two never gave up. But still,
Definitely.
okay.
No. All right.
Wichita.
I have made it to Wichita.
This,
Yeah.
this to all you viewers out there is a Huntington staple. Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. One of the best movies ever made. It's hilarious. Really, really good.
Yeah, because within our lives, we've all done some traveling, and this is a very special movie. My next stop, by the way, I think hopefully within a couple of weeks' time, I'll make it to Denver. So I'm getting there, Thomas.
It's so exciting to see when you put it like that. It really just puts it into perspective how far you've walked this year.
Yeah, and maybe by the time we get to next week, if you can send me a note with the places that you stopped on your journey from DC to Boise,
Sure.
then I'll see where I am in compared to those.
Okay. Yeah. Absolutely.
Right. Okay then. So, to you, William, what went well this week, and how are you feeling? And then tell us about the challenges.
All right. So what went well? So nothing didn't go well. Not well. Work was alright. I'm glad I'm starting a new department from now, just for 3 weeks, but hopefully that'll be a good change. Other than that, I always managed to easily do my steps. One day my watch was nearly out of batteries, but I still managed to get the steps in before it died, so that was nice. Other than that, how am I feeling? I'm feeling good. Just tired, exhausted. Um, into the challenges. I did do the meals. I had my salad. I didn't come up with a healthy, or didn't find a healthy dressing. I just used vinegar and olive oil. That's my dressing really. But I'll look for something within the next couple of days. It was good to know. And the hike was exhausting. I mean, it's not far, step-wise. I've only done half my steps so far, but I've cycled 12 kilometers, and it's one of the most difficult hikes that I've done. It's just, it's just this all the way up. And pardon?
So what is it like HIIT, high impact training, high intensity?
Pretty much. But this time I didn't take a single break. Like last time, I started at 8, so I was tired. I didn't have any breakfast, and I did about 4 or 5 stops on my way up. And it takes about 25 minutes. Or this time it took me 25 minutes to get up. Last time it was about 40 minutes. But it's just, it's horrible. And because there's no proper pavement, it's like these little spiky rocks in a way that it's not flat. It's not nice. But once you get up there, it's lovely. The view's lovely, and you feel good.
Yeah, okay.
I'm happy I've done it. I'm not happy that I still have to do 5,000 more steps for today. But yeah.
Yeah, I've dropped the do you have more energy question, because I don't think any of us, even though all three of us are going in a good direction, I don't think any of us have got any more energy now than we had back in December last year. What about you, Thomas? Do you have any more energy?
No, God, no. But the thing is, I feel like it's a weird thing, because when you give some, you lose some. I think had we kept going the way we were, we would have had less energy than we do now. Less energy to do things, but we still would have been tired, fatigued, and all that. It's just the energy that the good energy that we create now as healthier individuals is now just being burned up at a much quicker rate than when we were at the beginning of the year.
Yeah,
It's
good
easier to do things for us now, isn't it? So if we want to go out on a walk, it's easier. If I'm at home with you and we want to go hiking, then it's just easier to just do it now.
Yeah, definitely. I definitely agree with that. And I feel tired. It's like what you say, Thomas. I feel tired, but I feel tired for good reasons. I feel tired because I've done something. But also, in general, I feel stronger now. My body feels a bit tighter. I've got muscles now.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm looking forward to the point where I wake up full of energy.
Right.
Right then, Thomas, how did your week go? Come on.
It's a good week, crazy week. Got some things going on in sort of the personal side of things that we're buying a house. So we're I see William kind of gave me a look. I don't think even William knows. We'll save this conversation for after the chat. But yeah, we're in the process of moving. So right now, what you guys see is not a representation of my home. It's an absolute mess in here. How am I feeling? I feel great. I have a bit of a toothache, but I'm doing really well. I'm happy. The challenge: prepare some healthy meals. Yep. I made an effort to make 3 healthy meals. So that was substituting rice with couscous and quinoa. That is substituting meat with what I would say sort of better meat instead of beef and pork. I had chicken, and then I had salmon on one night, but Lily wasn't a big fan of that. And then salad is a main meal. I mean, we do salads quite a bit now. We've started making an effort to get at least one
Just
thing.
answer the question. Salad is a main meal, yes or no?
Yeah, we did. But one of the biggest problems that we talked about last week was how I buy the salad in the ready packs. So we went and did something a little bit different this week. We bought it in the ready pack, but the salads they have these little pouches that go inside of the bags.
Yeah.
And it's got your croutons, it's got your little your Parmesan and the dressing in there. What we did was we opened it up. We took out a couple of the croutons. We took out some of the Parmesan, and then some of the seeds, and then we took the dressing, dropped it off into the trash. So it was I once it was in there, I was kind of like, oh, it was like oh.
Fish it. Yeah, I can imagine.
And then a hike somewhere. I did a hike. It wasn't crazy. At the end of I think it was Thursday. A good friend of mine, Joaquin, we work together. He's training to go back to his softball team. He does that with a group of his friends, and they have a softball team. So he's trying to get into shape. So we drove, kind of cheat a little bit behind Table Rock,
Yeah.
but there's this. It's a shorter, but it's a lot much more intense. The elevation's a lot steeper over a shorter distance, and so we did that. We made it to the top. We stopped, and then we came back down.
Yeah,
So
that's not cheating. That's optimizing. That's like William with his hike today. You can either walk along the flat for 10 miles, or you can have some short, sharp, steep to achieve the same thing. So, and when you're juggling a full time job
yeah,
with managing or living in a place plus moving, like William, he's got his full-time job plus needs to do his laundry and everything else.
yeah,
You got to find ways to get around it.
right, right. I mean, it's all about, I guess, just optimizing your time, and I think that's what this channel has taught me a lot of as well. Is you don't necessarily have to be spending more time to be getting, time does not equal effort, and so
Hmm.
you can put in a huge amount of time into something. It doesn't necessarily mean you'll have put in X amount of effort more than someone who dedicated a more intense period, but a much shorter period. So yeah.
Very, very true. Okay, so to me, what went well this week? Well, I appreciate your help last week. As I told you last week, I kind of lost my mojo, and um, with your encouragement last week and a little bit of encouragement during the week this week, I I had a very good week. I'm feeling really great. I'm feeling
Mhm.
tired, but I'm feeling tired for the right reasons. Prepare some healthy meals. Uh, we we didn't consciously, I didn't consciously go and prepare healthy meals. I, as you both know, we have a pizzeria just down the road, and I finished work early on Friday. So Friday I worked like crazy in the garden, and in the evening I said to your mum, I'm going for a pizza. So we bought the pizza and the salad, brought it home, and it was more than enough for 2 nights. So not so long ago, it would have been one pizza per person.
Did you
Then,
ever have that? Sorry, when you were in the past couple of years, did you ever have one pizza each
oh
night?
yeah,
I thought you
yeah.
always had one.
No, with me, not so long ago, me and your mum would have one each, and there wouldn't always be something left over.
Mhm.
So now, um, half a pizza, so a quarter of a pizza each, and a little bit of the salad was enough, and we had it for dinner last night. Also, what both me and your mum are doing now is that we exercise first thing in the morning before breakfast. So on Saturdays and Sundays, it means Sundays we have a big breakfast. 2 days a week that I really look forward to. Wednesday and Sunday because they're honey days and I like honey.
Mhm. Mhm.
And on Sunday we get fresh bread delivered. So we had a big breakfast today, really good. But then we don't have any lunch, so we just go. We have dinner. We'll be having dinner at about 6 this evening and 6:30 this evening. I've been out. I've bought all of the ingredients for the salad. I've got peppers. I've got some chilies. I've got lettuce. There's something else I bought. And yes, William, before you ask, the salad will be the main event. It won't be a barbecue with a salad as the side. There will be maybe some chicken strips, but it'll be mostly salad. So that's what my commitment was, and it'll be there tonight. I was going to make it before this broadcast, but your mother says no, because by the time we eat it, it'll be soggy. As for the hike, I have this problem on Saturdays and Sundays. I have this problem that I wake up really early, and I fight with myself because I want to do a long walk, but I don't want to leave my bed. I didn't manage it yesterday, but this morning I managed it. I was out. I started walking at 6:20 a.m. and I walked 10 miles.
Oh, wow.
So 16 kilometers or 16 and a half kilometers. What you say about steep, William, this here is Sternberg. You know that this is steep in this bit, but not so steep. Mm-hmm. When you get to this part, going up to Kustenberg, it is really steep. So in terms of elevation, we did the same. I did the same today as me and your mum did up at Turach. But by the time I got home, I had 22,000 steps behind me. So I had my shower. Your mum had the breakfast all laid out with the mortadella and the honey and everything. So then a wonderful breakfast. So it's an excellent way to start the day. So
1,500 calories as well.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so it took some time, nearly 3.5 hours. But it was worth it. I'm glad that I finally managed to get out of my bed early. I've been saying to myself for a long time that, I want to make it up to Kustenberg. Because many years ago, I walked up there with Muttley. I didn't go this way. I went up along the streets, but I thought, it's about time I did it again. So there we go. That was my week and my hike.
Amazing.
So today's topic, two topics really. So the power of praise and the need for support from others. I chose these topics because if you two treated me the wrong way last week, I would probably have given up this week. If you would have done what many people do, given me the push and the guilt trip, I would have lost the plot because I was just losing interest. But because of the encouragement that you gave me last week, you probably don't even remember it. It wasn't much, but you both chose a few good words, plus the odd positive message that came this week from various people. It kept me going and rekindled my motivation. This is important because there are many people who think that they can turn their lives around themselves. And the really, really, really committed ones can do it. But this, to me, support from others is really key to turning things around. What do you two think?
Go ahead, William.
A bit of a tricky subject for me because on the one hand, I love compliments, concerning my weight. On the other, I think, did people really think of me as that fat, or was I that much bigger before and stuff? So I don't know. I mean, of course, it's always nice when someone tells you, "Wow, you look great. You've lost a lot of weight." And I keep thinking of, yeah, what did they see me as before? But I'm not one that needs compliments, and I do get people that do need it, that keeps them motivated. So I don't know, it's tricky for me.
I don't necessarily mean compliments. Compliments are good,
Yeah,
or
praise.
if they're sincere,
Mm.
and if they're not over the if they're sincere, then they mean a lot. If it's, oh my, you look great, when people don't even know you, don't even know what you were like before, then they don't mean much. But for a long time, I figured organizations like Weight Watchers were just a money scam.
Mm.
Having done this for so long now, I realize that they're not a scam, and they add real value when the people that go there actually get to meet other people and get encouragement from other people. That's got to be worth a lot, because when somebody else that knows what you're going through says you look great, or you don't look so good, can I help, then that's a true value, and that's the value that us guys, being cheap, not willing to pay the subscription. This is the way that we've come up with our own support mechanism.
Right.
For those people that haven't got it, or those people that don't have partners or families that support their challenge, I think it's a good way to go.
Mm-hmm.
What about you, Thomas?
I think that everybody has at some point heard the term that I'm my own harshest critic. But I also think there's a flip side to that. You should also be your own biggest support. You should hold the most stock in your own opinion. And I think that oftentimes we'll have no problems criticizing ourselves, but then sometimes we can turn around and have a really really hard time finding things we love about ourselves. And I think we're all human. We all, I think, at some point have moments where we just need or would really like to hear somebody else affirm what we think, because maybe we might not necessarily be sure. Um, you last week, I think it was a great moment, because I think it showed that you know how much you've been doing, but it was really nice that William and I, at least on a personal level, we I felt like I was able to help you, which is something that I don't feel like I get to do very much with you being my dad. I think it's so often the roles are reversed. Oftentimes it's us calling you for help, but it's a wonderful thing to be able to say I helped out. And so I think it did a little bit for me as well on a personal level. But yeah, I think that we should always try and remember that we have to love each other, love ourselves as much as we criticize ourselves. Both are very important, but we also need to realize that we're human and we will have lapses, of which we're going to look at other people for their affirmation.
Mm-hmm. I had my honey lapse today, so
Yeah.
next honey lapse is Wednesday. Okie dokie. Right. So this week's challenge, for me, from day one, I've been putting it out there. I've shown you my chart. I've shown you my distance and everything. Both of you have been a little bit elusive about quantifying your goals. If you're interested, I think it would be fun. Next week, don't say now, but next week, to have some goals that we can track. They can be anything. They can be your resting pulse rate. They can be the number of inches that you're losing on your waistline. They can be kilos. They can be anything you want. But something a little bit more measurable now. And we don't need to know the absolute numbers. But that's something that I believe that we've been doing this long enough now. We know that we're not going to laugh at each other. So that's what I would like to go for.
Mm-hmm.
Are you okay with that?
I think that's a good idea.
William?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
I quite understand what you mean, but
Well, for example, I told you from day one my goal was 95 kilos.
Mhm.
To get from 117 to 95. That was a clear goal. And I gave a timeline. We set ourselves the clear goal of 10,000 steps per person per day. If you now have a goal to run a half marathon in December, for example, or if you have a goal, okay, you shake your head, or to do something. That's what I mean. Okay.
Mm.
We can talk about it afterwards because time's running now. So what about a sporty goal for this week? Either of you have a challenge, have an idea?
Do you have a skipping rope, Thomas?
Yes, I do.
Jump rope.
Yeah.
Rope.
Yeah, I do.
All right.
Are you willing to give that a go?
Yeah, if I can find it.
I haven't used mine in months either.
Okay. All right. That's a good one. 1 minute per day?
No. Three.
Hold on. Minimum 1 minute per day for Thomas and me, okay? If we could manage...
Does a day have?
Pardon?
How many hours do we have in a day?
Yeah, okay.
Come on, go big or go home.
No, I'm trying to go small. I've been big. I know what it's like. Are you up for that, Thomas?
I'll give it a whirl.
Okay, so which way do we go? Do we go for the minute or do we go for... No, William, I will sign up to 1 minute per day, definitely. And I will do my very best to do 3 minutes. But 3 minutes skipping non-stop is a terrific time.
Mm.
So let's
So the
see.
goal
Okay.
is to skip 3 minutes by the end of the week.
Let's see what we can do. I'm not committing to it. I'll do my very best, okay?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
All right, then. So let's move this thing forward. Are you okay with that, Thomas?
Yeah, I think that sounds like a good challenge.
Okay. So, to my curve. I made it this week. I made it on Friday. I got to 95 kilos. 95 kilos was my original goal, and the target was to reach 95 kilos by the 19th of December. So I've made it. Now we go for the next one, 85 kilos. So I'm feeling good about that one.
Wow. Yeah.
Amazing.
For the steps, good steps this week for all of us, really.
Mm-hmm.
So, Thomas, you're up from last week. William, you'll be up from last week by the time you finish today's.
Mm.
So all three of us are looking good and doing good. So, I think at 30 minutes and 41 seconds, it's time for Thomas to do his stuff. And
All right.
hopefully the thing will end properly this week. So, off you go then, Thomas.
Still going on. All right, guys. Another exciting, fun week in the books. Thank you so much for tuning in. We always love doing these for you. It's great for us to do this. We love it. If you guys have any questions, comments, or concerns, please comment down below. If not, goodbye from me, and I'll see you next time.